Hello everybody. Today we are going to unpack and set up a Toshiba 50 pint high capacity dehumidifier. This one is the TDDP5013ES2. So first step is we'll open up this box, take out the parts and pieces and see what we're working with. And there it is. That's our Toshiba dehumidifier. We opened the box. It had some styrofoam stuff on the top. It had all this packaging around it. That just lifted right off. It does have some tape holding the bucket in, so we'll take that off. Wheels were already installed, which is really nice. And then on the back, we have the manual taped on. So while we're looking back here, a couple things to take note of is right here is going to be where you connect the hose if you're going to continually drain, which I am in my case. And also we have the filter back here that needs to be cleaned every so often, and it'll alert you when you need to. But you just pull out the bottom, comes right out. You'll wash that with soap and water, let it dry, and to put it back in, just align those tabs and push it in, and we're good to go. So as we spin it around, get this other tape off. To take the bucket on and off, pretty simple. Just grab on both sides, give it a pull, and it'll come off. Inside here there's some tape, so we'll take that tape off as well. And there's a little piece here that we'll take a look and see what we need to do with that. You always want to take them out and look inside, because sometimes they put parts and pieces in there that you need to know about. So to install the bucket back in, just grab it and it snaps right in. There's a little indicator here as we're working on it. If you're not continually draining it with a hose, that on that reaches top means it's full, and that it needs emptied. So we're going to take a look at the manual and we're going to plug it in and see what all we need to do. Alright, so we're looking at the back of the machine right now. This little piece that was inside the bucket is the cord reel. So we take some of the packaging off, you come over, and this will click right in. And then you take your cord and wrap it around if you need to. And while we're on the back here, also we have the continual drain. So I'm going to continually drain mine to my sump pit. And so you take that off, you just take your standard hose and put it on. So if you're using a hose, you do want to make sure that the hose isn't higher than the bucket. Like right now, if we look, this part here is higher than the rest of it, so we need to give our hose a little more slack so that it's coming down and gravity takes it and puts it in our sump pit. So with that, now we're going to go ahead and look up here. We'll look at the buttons and stuff right after I plug it in. Alright, so we're going to go through the buttons now. So obviously you have your power. This is your filter indicator, so if that's on, you clean your filter, press that button, it'll turn it back off. Up here, full, it means the bucket's full. Defrost mode means that there's ice on the coils and it's defrosting itself. Comfort is kind of like the auto setting. You can use that and it'll turn the fan on and off as needed to control the humidity. Continuous means it's always running. So if I don't know, you got water down here and you need it to continually go, you can hit that. Turbo goes into like a high fan speed. It said in the instructions, do not use that continuously, just if you have an event where you need the high fan going. You have the timer where you can delay it, so if there's certain times that you're like, you know, I don't want it on right now, but I want it on in about an hour when I'm not down here, you can set the timer, the humidity level, plus or minus to lower it down. So we're gonna hit the power button, it's gonna turn on, it's gonna read what the humidity is in the room. So as I turn it on, it's got comfort, the turbo's on, I'm gonna turn the turbo off, I don't need a timer, but now I can set the humidity. So you can go all the way up to, I believe it said 90, so 85, or it'll go all the way down to 35. So I'm gonna put mine at 45, you know, my filter. So comfort, I'm gonna have to read a little more about that comfort button. I said in the instructions, it says the comfort button it's preset to a certain humidity and fan level. It doesn't say what that humidity and fan level is, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to have mine set at the 45 mark and see what happens, because it'll turn off when it hits that 45. It'll turn back on when it's not at 45. So I'm going to roll with that and see how it goes. Overall, it's fairly quiet, which I'm a little surprised at, since it's a 50 pint, which is a fairly larger one. I think it's quieter than the last one I had. Pretty easy to set up, pretty quick. I like it right now. We'll see how time goes. But keep the box, keep the instructions, because it does have a 1-year warranty. And if you don't have the box and instructions and stuff that come with it, then you're going to have a little bit of a struggle trying to get your warranty if something does go bad on it. So that is our Toshiba 50 pint dehumidifier. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave those below. Hit like and subscribe, and we will see you later.